What are like the numbers? How do you break it down? Like how many people buy diesels as opposed to how many people buy hybrids in America?
The diesel at the moment is below 1%, whereas hybrids with a tendency to grow at 3%. Our current installation rate of diesels across all cars is about 23–24%. A Passat even goes up to 30%. Jetta at the moment at 21%. And it's clear, you know, that even for us, there's a lot of customers who want to buy and drive Volkswagen, but not ready to go for a diesel yet. And that's why you also want to give them a powertrain which is eco-friendly, and then of course, you know, you want to play in the hybrid field as well, and that's why we offered, on top of the current engine lineup, also a hybrid now.
So there's the Prius, and Ford's gotten very big in hybrids, but there really isn't a hybrid that's really known. They're kind of like, they drive like dead fish. So how do you make a Volkswagen a hybrid or vice versa?
Yeah. For us, it was very important that any Volkswagen, also with a hybrid, would really, you know, carry this core Volkswagen DNA, brand DNA, fun to drive, driving dynamics, refinement. You know, also for the hybrid, it was clear that we want to do something special, something different than others do, and so we picked the 1.4 turbo direct injected engine.
A turbo in a hybrid, why would you do that?
Yeah, because especially, you know, the turbo technology allowed us to downsize the engine down to 1.4 displacement, which is a new engine family, EA211 of Volkswagen. Then when you get the power when you need it through the turbo, and that in combination with an electrical drive gets us a totally different range of hybrid driving.
That's the engine, but how do you make it drive like something you'd want to drive?
Very good question. I would suggest let's move the car up and I'll show you some details. Wait a minute. First of all, I'm an engineer. I work in marketing.
Where did you study?
I studied in Darmstadt, University of Darmstadt, Germany. Technical University.
Can't say I've been there.
Master degree in engineering.
Wow, look at you. Yeah. Okay, so then show me this car.
I mean, we talked about it. We have combined the turbo engine with the electrical motor with the DSG transmission. You know, what is an electrical operated manual transmission? You get all the, you know, the shifting comfort of the DSG, and of course the fuel economy which comes with the manual transmission.
No one really does this. No one really does a real transmission with gears with a hybrid system. So what was the logic in doing this?
Yeah, I mean, what we talked about, the fun to drive is coming across better and more driving experience when you have a respective manual operated transmission like a DSG, which is, you know, using manual gears. Compared to a CVT. You know, all that just works out, of course, if you, you know, tune the car in a way that it's really fun to drive. So, you know, what we did from be it pedal feel, be it, you know, body roll, chassis tuning, we put it on the sporty side, on the fun to drive side, like any other Volkswagen, in order to support, you know, how we want our cars to experience.
That sounds like you'd have a bit of a trade-off there, because you'd give up some MPG to make it drive a bit faster.
I mean, it's clear that this is always the outcome of a fruitful discussion between those who want to really, who want to get most fuel economy out, but on the other hand, everybody, you know, in the team is aware, you know, what Volkswagen is all about, and there you have to find the right limit. Yeah, and then there's another thing, you know, what we did to the car, even from the enthusiast car, the GLI, and let me show you. Okay, you know what you see here is actually the multi-link rear axle from the enthusiast car, the GLI.
So this only comes in the GLI and the hybrid, but not the SE car?
No, not it's not in the regular Jetta, and I think, you know, Jetta is a great success. But we said, you know, like in the GLI for the enthusiast, this is an up-level car and deserves, you know, also, you know, push on the technology side.
So it sounds like you really decided to put a couple of extra bucks in this car to set it apart. Yeah. I mean, between the transmission and this alone, that had to add a couple $1,000.
I mean, one thing is clear: hybrid customers. Customers who look for fuel economy are willing to pay the extra buck. But at the same time, research clearly tells that's the same for the full electrical vehicles. They don't want to make compromises.